Catherine, the Princess of Wales, has released a collection of 7 animated films through her Royal Foundation Center for Early Childhood, which is my favorite initiative that she participates in because I, too, find that to be a very interesting and important area of work and knowledge for everybody to have. I think it's really, really important and that there needs to be a lot more awareness and understanding of the early years. And that's something that I firmly believe in and have learned a lot about myself as a mom. But let's take a look at what lovely Catherine has done here. These films aim to promote early childhood development by highlighting the importance of nurturing interactions between adults and children. The series is designed for use by professionals, volunteers, and families alike, and is available in English, Welsh, and British Sign Language. These videos focus on essential aspects of early childhood development, including emotional regulation, brain development, managing feelings, and the significance of everyday moments of connection. These themes are presented to encourage adults to engage in nurturing, loving interactions with children, fostering social and emotional development during their earliest years. The princess emphasized that these core skills are fundamental in forming healthy relationships and crucial building blocks for future well-being. Catherine was very involved in the development and collaboration of these videos. She played an active role in the creation of the series, collaborating with animators and early years practitioners. She participated in creative workshops, reviewing storyboards, and consulting with experts. The initiative includes contributions from renowned professionals and has been supported by 25 organizations that plan to integrate the content into their training programs. And this project has a significant impact beyond people who are just interested in childhood development or, raising young children at the time. It has a wider impact because, the way people think about and talk about and the sort of norms of what we think of when we think of the early years does need a little bit of a shift towards understanding just how vital these years are. And having parents present during this time being a huge piece to that puzzle is something that we have to inch closer to and make more possible and easier to do in healthy ways. And so these sorts of information campaigns and supportive campaigns and training and stuff like that not only has the more immediate result of informing people and reminding people to keep it at the front of their minds when they're dealing with early years, children, education systems, things like that, practitioners, etc., but also in moving the dial towards where it needs to be towards understanding just culturally how vital it is that babies and toddlers and very young children have that extra support and safety net and whatnot. All of that is so important, and we'll never get to that place where we can all get on the same page with understanding these things as fact and normal, and what needs to be done without these types of things bringing forth the general knowledge to people's minds that this is just the way it is, that these things do matter a great deal. This project underscores her commitment to early childhood development, a cause that she has championed through various initiatives since 2018, by providing accessible resources that highlight the importance of early nurturing interactions. The series aims to empower adults to positively influence children's development, and the release of these films reflects her ongoing dedication to promoting well-being of children and supporting those who care for them, reinforcing the foundational role of early experiences in shaping future health and happiness. And I feel like it's important to think about objectively, what value does this deliver? How does this actually help people, especially in the context of the royal family or somebody wanting to do something philanthropic or whatever? It's really important that you're able to clearly identify, how does this help? Why was this done? Because then the public in general and anybody who's being critical can't just say that it was a vanity thing. They can't just say, well, what was the point of that? Okay, what are you even doing here? You know? And so when you think about this particular animated video series that Catherine launched and the ways that it actually does deliver value and help people, I think that that is an important part of the conversation to communicate, not just what she's accomplished here or what she's supporting or what the message is in the context of the actual content that was released or whatever it is, whatever project is happening and being discussed. But how does that translate into an impact, and how does that actually help people and bring value to society or the public in general? But in this context, especially for parents, caregivers, and professionals, it's helpful in many ways. But also, as I said, just the narrative and the general idea of what we perceive as normal for these early years and their caregivers and what that should look like, that picture of what that should look like. moving towards a consensus of what that should actually look like, defining what a healthy dynamic for the 0 to 5 age group really is. Making that clear also delivers value to the community, to the wider community and wider societal narratives, as well as people who are actually in the trenches dealing with this age group every day, either as their job or in their families. So, when we think of ways that this delivers value, obviously it educates on early childhood development, explaining key aspects of a child's emotional and social growth, such as emotional regulation, brain development, managing feelings, and the power of everyday nurturing moments. It helps adults understand how their interactions directly shape a child's well being and then subsequently their future. It promotes nurturing interactions by highlighting practical, loving ways adults can connect with young children. The series encourages behaviors that foster secure attachments, emotional resilience, and healthy relationships, which has a massive long-term impact for how children grow up to then as adults show up in relationships and regulate their emotions and form secure and healthy attachments to feel less anxious, to have less depression, to have more healthy relationships is impacted. An adult's ability to do those things is impacted by these interactions with the adults that are raising them in the 0 to 5 age group and beyond. It supports professionals, volunteers, educators, practitioners. It's designed not just for families, but also for people who are working with the early childhood age group. It provides them with engaging research-based tools to improve the quality of care and early education, as well as push the information out to more people and spread it around to more people and people who need to hear it. And it is accessible and inclusive, being in multiple languages and having sign language so everybody can benefit from the guidance. And it also empowers positive change. The series raises awareness about the critical importance of the early years, which a lot of people don't get, just how important the 0 to 5 age group is, and just how much you need to come to them and meet them where they are and do just whatever they need during this time frame, and how impactful that is to their trajectories in life in so many ways. Abilities to learn, be successful, and manage their emotions as adults, and be healthy as adults. Like so many things. You reduce a child's risk of so many things by being incredibly attentive to their health and well-being in the early years. And it makes such a huge difference. And just so many people don't think of it that way. And the culture oftentimes has prioritized normalizing things like daycares because, it isn't fair for parents to feel guilty about doing that if they have to afford things. But normalizing so much of that has taken away from the message of just how important attention is during that age group. And so this video initiative empowers adults to create environments where children can thrive emotionally, socially, and cognitively and better understand just how important it is. Overall, this initiative by Catherine helps foster stronger bonds and healthier development in children, which contributes to their lifelong mental health and happiness. It's a practical, evidence-based resource that makes early childhood expertise accessible and actionable for everyone involved in a child's life. And by educating caregivers, parents, and educators on nurturing early interactions, the series helps to promote those healthier emotional and social developments in children. Research shows that children with secure attachments, good emotional regulation, tend to have better mental health, academic success, and social skills as adults, which reduces future social costs related to mental illness, unemployment, crime, and welfare dependency. And this is the piece that I'm saying a lot of people don't realize just how much of those things has been researched and found to tie back to having risk factors present in the way their 0 to 5 years panned out. A lot of things connect back to it, according to the research that we have at this time. And I think a lot of people just don't fully grasp that. And I think society, we don't have that narrative present to really prioritize those years a little bit more carefully.